Find a group of people who challenge and inspire you. Spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. When we're kids, it's easy to spend time with our friends because they're mostly determined by proximity. We see them at school, when playing various sports or musical instruments, or hanging out in our neighborhood. As we become young adults, we start to branch out more. New activities, new locations, and possibly getting to travel different places. But for the most part, spending time with friends is still relatively easy. It's when we become adults that things often become a bit more complicated. We move to different cities, states, or countries than our friends after our college years. Our obligations increase, with jobs taking up many hours of our days, not to mention the time we dedicate to significant others and/or families. Add in exercise or participation in activities outside of work hours, and it's easy to see how the relationships with those who challenge and inspire us can fall by the wayside. But the reality is that we need those strong relationships just as much, if not more, as adults than we do as children. So how do we do it? How do we keep relationships strong as we get older and older? Well, I'm no expert, and each of us have a different life circumstance. But what I can do is share my personal experience. I aim to live my life in a way that maximizes the amount of carefree timelessness that I get with the people that I love. This is a month in my life that was focused on spending time with the amazing humans who challenge and inspire me to be the best version of myself. I started the month at home in my regular routine, mostly my plyometric workouts, lifting, skipping rope, and assembling a little shelf. But let's fast forward from there, because you probably don't care about that stuff, and that isn't the main point of this video. Okay, here we are. A few days into February, I flew from snowy St. Louis to the beautiful city of Seattle to spend time with my best friend and her husband. Any time spent with good friends, no matter where it is in the world, is worthwhile. But there's something really special about stays at friends' houses during those normal weeks of life. Trips to new places create unique memories and are more exciting to post about on social media. But those moments are the exception rather than the rule. There's a different level of understanding of another person when you see them in their typical, routine, day-to-day life. Those 10 days were full of so much fun. We went grocery shopping together and explored one of the Amazon Fresh stores, one of the coolest grocery store experiences I've ever had. We ate breakfast tacos in between our various morning work meetings, and we made s'mores in the oven one night after eating a delicious home-cooked dinner. That was one of the most amazing parts of the trip, and quite frankly, every trip I've taken to Seattle. Sharing dinner together every single evening. This time, we even had an unexpected routine that we created, which was watching the Olympics each night after dinner. Though so simple, those are evenings I'll remember for quite some time. In that last shot, you saw their dog Oatly. I got plenty of time to hang out with him too, regularly playing his favorite game in the world, cookies. Okay, it's just fetch with some toy cookies, but calling it cookies sounds much more mysterious and cool. More than one time, we picked up some cake.
Sitting here waiting on the cake. Amanda is grabbing the cake. The cake. We've secured the cake.
And we obviously got some both tea as well.
The Uber grilled, absolutely delicious. What a life this is.
But best of all were the laughs that we shared.
I love when he holds it like this.
Sea, sugar, and salt.
No deep sea sugar and salt. Everyone together now.
You're so obnoxious.
And there were many more that weren't captured on camera. They came about in the small moments between the bigger ones, at the most random times of day. That's the beauty of spending entire days with the people that we love. Before leaving Seattle, I did have one special stop to make. A visit to my favorite coffee shop in the world, Phin. It is owned by a wonderful Vietnamese guy named Bao, who had the goal of creating an environment with both delicious coffee and a vibe where people felt they could gather and connect, much like the coffee shops in his native Vietnam. He makes the condensed milk that goes in the coffee from scratch, as well as the pandan waffles, so definitely check it out if you're in the Seattle area.
You can't see it right now, but I'm closing my eyes because this is so good.
Eventually, it came time to go home though, so I hopped on a plane back to Edwardsville. Since it was only a few days at home, I took care of the basics. I got a massage, went to workouts, moved our Wi-Fi to a more optimal location in the house, and even ate my favorite meal in the world, chicken casserole. The highlight though was going to see the musical Mean Girls with my parents. It can be easy to fall into routines, and routines are so powerful for moving us along. But making time for special nights like these make for a more memorable life. Years from now, I won't have remembered the workout I missed, but I won't forget the show that we experienced together. And life moves fast, as the next morning I was off again, this time to Chicago.
Back in Chicago with two of my favorite humans. Wow, just feeling so much joy right now. What a life!
Dean and Dennis were two of my roommates from 2016 to 2019, so we've had plenty of time living together in the past. I even had the pleasure of officiating their wedding last October. But friendship requires regular interactions, and we've also changed so much in the last 3 years, which is why I cherish weeks staying with them. Much of it was quite normal. We made creme brulee. We had hours where we'd simply read in the same room, and we also shared a bunch of meals together. This trip also had some very memorable moments, some of them quite surprising if I'm being honest. I accidentally drank too much in Sure.
A little plugged up, so I'm taking a few laxatives, they call it.
We spent an hour most nights watching a certain Netflix reality show. And best of all, Dean and I bonded going somewhere we had never gone together before.
Dean, what are we doing? Let's go! Let's go! Killing the game. After workout, let's go! Flex those muscles, Dina. Pa, 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 pa.
Our workouts together go to show that even after almost a decade of friendship, relationships can continue to evolve and people can bond doing things that they might never have thought they'd do together. And it wasn't only D&D that I got to see on this trip. Chicago holds my highest concentrations of friends in the world, so I take the chance to see as many of them as I can when I'm in town. Derek and I grabbed a delicious brunch, where he caught me up on how his puppy Rosie has been growing. Kyle, Corey, and I got burgers and milkshakes, and they shared the amazing news that they put in an offer on a house, and that offer was accepted. I got a salad with Carolyn, and she told me about the lake house that she had purchased since our last discussion. A lot of house buying this last year. Dennis and our friend Mike started a consulting company recently, so this was the first time I got a chance to check out their office. Overall, it has been such a blessing to be able to celebrate the various life wins that these amazing humans who have been placed into my life have been experiencing. It's fun to celebrate virtually, but there's something special about cheering each other on in person. Similar to Seattle, there's one restaurant in Chicago that I go to every time I'm in the city, Empanada Mama in the Pie Man. My friends Oreste and Dion started their pie shop in 2020, seeing an opportunity and wanting to follow one of their dreams. It's since turned into what I subjectively consider to be the best pie shop in the city, both the pies and the vibes. So definitely check it out if you end up in Chicago. We'll finish the Chicago part of the vlog there and head back home. So we end the vlog where we started, in my hometown. Actually, before we wrap up, a quick shout out to my friends from different parts of the world. Now, I understand that many may not be able to travel to spend time in person with friends, whether because of finances, visas, health-related issues, or something else. But the internet really can be a beautiful place where we can connect with others, a place where we can connect on dreams and ideas. Thanks to Bob, Kieran, Brooks, Benas, Ivers, Penelope, RP, Rui, Izzy, and everyone else that I've met through the internet this last year, as you've each made my life so much better. Don't be afraid to connect with people via video calls, as you never know where your friendship could lead. Okay, back to Edwardsville. It was much of the same, working out, getting a massage, and even meeting with Josh, an old friend from my childhood. However, there was one big change compared to when I was home before. My little sister Katrina was home for a break. There's something different about our family dynamic when we're all together. Becoming so much closer is what I'm most thankful for after these 2 years of COVID. Trin and I spent the last day of February out on the track doing a hurdle and running workout. This girl challenges me not only to be a better athlete through her work ethic, but more importantly, inspires me to be a better brother, son, and overall person through her kindness, loving demeanor, and generosity. She's easily one of the best humans I know. It was the perfect ending to an amazing month I was blessed to live. So what's the punchline of all this? Make time and spend it with the people you love. Do whatever you need to do to have moments of time-free carelessness with them. I promise that you won't regret it. Until the next one, my friends, keep on spreading that love and good juju. Bye now.